Welcome back, everyone, to Pontos Fathom Hobbies. This is Season 5, Episode 5 of War of the Rings. We just wrapped up episode number 4. We'll do a quick episode recap, flyover of the board here, and we'll jump into gameplay of Round 5. Thank you guys for watching. Okay, quick recap of episode number 4. And then we'll jump into round number 5. We have spawned a number of characters. We've got the Witch King. He has been spawned. He's also now on the battlefield in front of Orthanc. We've also spawned the character of Elrond in Rivendell, so he'll be able to be activated as well. I'm looking to also spawn, probably get activated Galadriel as well, and determine the position of the Fellowship. At some point, we want to break Gandalf out of the Fellowship, so he can probably assist with these Ents into the battle of the Riders of Rohan with the forces of Orthanc. So we'll jump into round number 5. We'll get into that right away. First, a quick word from our sponsor, and then we'll get our cards and get the dice rolled. Thanks for watching, guys. Pontos Fathom Hobbies is brought to you by the books that we produce. We've got a bookstore down in the description. You check the link out and you can find books like The Genealogy of Cthulhu, Hermeticism of Hastur, The Alchemy of Azathoth, and The Necromancy of Nyarlathotep. Those and others collected together in the 6-volume omnibus Catu Journals out of Lovecraft's Providence. We've also got Artificial Psychoanalysis of Desiring Machines, Alchemy and Anthroposophy in the Dune Saga, where we deep dive into what makes Frank Herbert's Dune original saga amazing. And there's also Esoteric Saturn Mysteries and our Dragon Mysteries from our podcast series on the sister channel, Pontos Fathom Press. And in Esoteric Anthroposophy and Occulted History, we talk about Tolkien as well. Finally, we've got our new saga out based on Lovecraft's Dreamlands. It's The Alchemical Courtship in the Dreamlands Volume 1, Aim Aimless, Aim Vicious, featuring the dreamland city of Celiface. The next volume coming out will be Hope's Home, Hysteria's Heart, which focuses on Daleth Leen. And then we've got coming later in the year Stubborn Devotions, Inventing and Forgiving, and Beloved, Believed, Bedaled, which feature the Temple of Hypnos and Lost Carcosa. Now back into the gameplay. Thank you guys for watching. Check out our Patreon, like and subscribe, and let's get into the next turn. Okay, first up, we're going to grab our cards for the Free Folk and for Shadow players. We're also going to clear out one of these dice from the hunt pool. I'll put these here for now. I'll put these here. So what have we got? We've got, for the Shadow player, Death in Forgoil. Attack a free people army, including Rohan or Gondor or units with Shadow army in the same region with dwindling figures. Dwindlings are considered Isengard regulars. Oh, this is interesting. We might be using this round. Fierce Folk. Play if there are no dwindlings in the same area as the Shadow army. And the gates are closed. Play if the Fellowship moves into, out through a remaining stronghold of an unconquered shattered strategy. The gates are closed. Interesting. And then let's look at the Free Folk. We've got, we need wings only. Move all eagles. Then eliminate one eagle to remove a separate from the Fellowship. Imral of Dol Amroth. Recruit one Gondor unit or one Gondor leader to Dol Amroth. Dol Amroth is where? Dol Amroth. Okay, here. Got it. And add 2 Smeagol tiles to the hunt pool. We know the way to lead. Okay, so let's jump into our dice here. So I believe now that we've got Elrond activated, we can start to roll additional dice here. So we've got these dice, we've got these dice, and now we can also roll, let's double check here, we've got the rule books here for the expansions. For Lords of Middle-earth, Elrond's die is this one. Let's add that to our pool. Balrog's die is this. I believe it's this red one. It looks like it's orange here, but it's red. Am I right here? Yeah. Balrog's die. And then we also can add a die for the Witch King, I believe, from the normal dice. So the Witch King gets this die added. Okay, so that's going to do it for that. Let's go ahead and roll these. Oops. Okay, so we've got 2 more eyes for the Fellowship. Interesting. Oh, actually, I wanted to reveal the Fellowship. So let's re-roll those dice. I actually wanted to reveal the Fellowship. We're currently at 1, 2, 3, 4. So the Fellowship reveals itself to be here. And we're just going to break Gandalf out here because we're going to go ahead. So we've got the Fellowship here in Lorien. I believe this happens now, or I'm not sure if it happens after the die roll. Let me just double check the rules. We reveal the Fellowship. Let me use the quick card. The quick card says Fellowship Phase. We declare the position of the Fellowship. If the Fellowship is declared in a city or stronghold, okay, we're going to change the guide of the Fellowship. Sure. So we're going to change the guide of the Fellowship from Gandalf to Aragorn. We're going to change it to Aragorn, who is Strider. So we have Strider here as the new leader of the Fellowship. We'll just place him here at the top. And here we have Strider. He's here. Okay, so let's go ahead and roll our dice. So we do get 1 eye extra, which is fine. And then we'll just split these all out. And we can take those actions here. Okay, so we'll put those there, put these here. Let's start out with a leader. We're going to go ahead and try to activate our Gandalf the White here. So I believe we can activate him. It says, if Gandalf the Grey has been eliminated, or if Gandalf the Grey is in play, replace him. Otherwise, place Gandalf the White in Fangorn. So we can take Gandalf and replace him with Gandalf the White by playing we need a Will of the West die. So we've got a Will of the West that we'll play. This is how we'll get him on the board. So the Will of the West is here, and we're going to replace Gandalf the Grey. So we've got Gandalf the Grey here, but we're going to replace him with Gandalf the White. And as you guys know, we've got a paint through video you guys can go check out where we painted these. So Gandalf the White gets placed right on this on Fangorn with these Ents. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Ents. So now we have Gandalf the White among the Ents, and we can place this here as well. Okay, let's go to the Shadow Players dice. And we'll go ahead with let's do an army move, and we're going to attack. Let's do an attack on. Maybe we should move. Let's actually move again. We're going to move 2 armies with the. I only have 1 army. Let's see how we do this. If we do a character move, move armies. Shadow player can bring 1 character into play. Maybe I can bring a character into play first. I've got so many of these character ones. Leaders move attacks with armies. Oh, okay, so I can use that. So what I'll do is I use the army one then. I would use the army to move 2. So I'm going to move these here and then these all into here. So all of these will be in that space now. Orthanc just has 2 hillmen, but we've got hillmen among the party with the attacking army, and that's going to use that army token that we did. So we'll clear that one out. Next up, we'll go back to the free folk. The free folk, let's see what they want to use. We've got many leader ones. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and use a leader to have Gandalf move with the Fangorn. So we'll have Gandalf move to this position with the Ents. And then we'll go back to we've got the Balrog of Mario die. So what does he get to do? The Balrog die with the Balrog. So when we have the Balrog, okay, so if you get the Balrog, initially the Balrog is inactive, it is level 0 and cannot leave. However, if the Shadow player rolls and chooses to use the bag rolls results of the bag of lesser minion die, a Balrog is come, event card is played, and Balrog becomes active. Flip the Balrog status counter to the active side as a reminder. So the Balrog has come, can get played. And now what we can do. Effects of the active. The level of the Balrog is considered to be 2 while the Balrog is active. The Balrog can leave Moria when it is active, move an army with the Balrog, or attack an army with the Balrog. So let's go ahead and move the Balrog army as a result of this. So the Balrog is here. Let's have him move to here with his army. And then we'll take one of those die out. Let's have Gandalf go again, and we can have Gandalf move into this forest here with the second move. Next up, we will have the minus Dol Guldur forces move here with another leader, because we have the Nazgul as a leader here, so that leader dice can move them there. We'll also go ahead and muster. Let's see, let's play a card with our leader cards. You know the way, Dol Amroth, you only need move all the legal eagles. Choose a shadow army anywhere on the board, the Spirit of Mordor, that is composed of an army units of at least 2 different shadow nations. Well, we've got the Dunlings here. 5 die, roll 5 dice and score 1 hit against this army for each result of 5+. So let's go ahead and use this to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we can score damage against this army here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and nothing. So that's fine. That was the Spirit of Mordor. Okay, we lost a die for that. Next up, we'll do another die to play a leader card here. We're going to go ahead attack a free people army, including Rohan or Gondor, with shadow unit in the same with Dunlings. The Dunlings are considered Isengard regular units until the end of the battle. So we're going to pay death to the Forgoyle, and I guess we're going to do an attack. So let's jump into the attack. Okay, let's check out. So we get to play combat cards each. Okay, so that's that. Then we've got we've got a Nazgul there. So let's go ahead and find a combat card. Both armies add 2 to all dice rolls. The Deadly Strife, Fear of the Master. Play if a shadow minion is in the battle. Okay, so we're going to play for them Fear of Their Master. Alright? And then for the Free Folk, Orderly Withdrawal. We're going to play the Orderly Withdrawal. Play Free Folk. If a Free Folk People's Leader or Companion is in the field, battle the Sorte. Yeah, we have Gandalf the White there, so we'll go ahead with that. So let's go ahead then, let's play a combat. I'm not going to set up a rear guard for this one, I'm just going to go play it straight. So, we play the combat cards, attack rolls. So basically, during this step, each player rolls a number of combat dice equal to the combat strength of their respective armies, up to 5 dice. Okay? So during this step, each player rolls a number of combat dice. So we'll get 5 dice for the Fellowship and 5 dice for the attacking. So we'll go ahead. And on a 5 or 6, we have a 5 on their side. We're going to forfeit our leadership to add what does forfeit your entire leadership? Well, that means we don't do the leadership roll at the end, right? So we're going to have to do our leaders rolls. Forfeit leaders. I think I'm going to add, before you remove casualties, inflict on your opponent's combat roll or leader reroll. So we forfeit our leader roll. So what we're doing is we're going to add 2, so we get 6 for 5. So we're going to do 3 damage here. So we can take out, let's take out 1, 2, 3 of the Rohirrim. Obviously, this is also going to make them at war. They are activated now. So we're going to remove 3 of these Rohirrim. Get removed. And then let's go to our leadership reroll. Roll the dice of the leader reroll. After the combat roll, both players can re-roll the number of failed die rolls equal to their leadership up to a maximum of 5 dice. So let's go ahead and re-roll 2 dice because we have 1, 2 leaders for the Free Folk. So we get a 5 for that, and then we can roll 1, 2 for the Shadow. Oh, and they also get 2. So they have 5 now, so they can remove, let's just have them take a Rider of Rohan out. Or should we just take an Ent out? Maybe we'll just remove the Ent as that. The Ent is going to have, let's look at the Ents. The Ents count as you can add a shadow army adjacent. You can attack a shadow army adjacent to do so. So the Ents can roll specially, so they can roll separately. So let's go ahead and have the Ents roll. So we remove that 1 Ent, but this other Ent can also roll separately. And this to be a 4+, so no, that's not going to make it. Okay, so we have 1 damage to, let's remove 1 of these for the Shadow Folk. And then we can have the leaders re-roll, modifiers to the roll. Before we remove our casualties, you may cancel one hit. So we can cancel one of our hits. So let's put back one of our Rohirrim. And if you do, the end of the round must cease the attack. Okay, so that's going to do it for that combat. So I think we'll also take the... so I guess we're at war now, so that's fine. Let's go ahead and look at... What does this card give us from... let's look at what the card gives us in Lords of Middle-earth. The card die means we can draw a card. Let's go ahead and draw a card. We get to add this to our pool, that's fine. We can play that later. Okay, so we've drawn the card die, that's back in the pool. We can go back to, we've moved the Balrog already, so that one is moved. Muster. Let's see our muster. So I guess we can use this leader to attack with the army, so Gandalf can attack back. So let's go ahead and do one more round of these attacks. So we'll clear these cards out. Do we have any other cards that we can play? Let's do the shield wall. We can cancel the hit if they score 2 or more. And both armies add 2 to all die roll and their combat roll and leader rerolls. This is called the Deadly Strife. So Deadly Strife is also there. So let's go ahead and roll these. So they can add 2 to all rolls. Oh, this is going to be brutal now. So now we've got 1, 2, 3. And we've got 1, 2, 3. It's still adding 2. These do not make the mark. We can have the Ent attack separately. With this die, 4+. No. And then we can re-roll these dice. 2 and 2. And this one adds 2, 3, 4, 5. So that one hits. And make it a 5. And 6. And this. So we've got... we can cancel one of the... Okay, so we can do the leader reroll, so we did those. So before you remove casualties, you can cancel 1 hit. So we cancel 1 hit from the enemy. So that's going to be 3 hits. So let's remove and this is 1, 2, and 3. So we're going to lose a elite Rohan rider, and we're going to lose a regular. And then let's also remove one of the wargs for 2, another one for 2, and then one of the regulars for 1. So that's going to come to 2 elites and 1 orc. Okay, so these are here now. These are here, and these are here. And that's going to wrap it up for that combat round. We can discard these and this to the end of the battle. That'll be the end of that. Let's muster. Let's play a card as a result here. Let's put... if the fellowship is revealed, randomly select 1 companion in the fellowship by drawing a companion counter. Okay? They're going to play the Lure of the Ring. We're going to randomly pick a companion counter from this pile. Okay, who was it? If this one just jumped out. Is Gimli. Randomly select 1 companion in the fellowship by drawing. If the free people players must choose to either add a corruption equal to the companion's level or to eliminate him. If Gollum is the guide, add 1 corruption point again. I will go ahead and add the corruption point up to his level. Let's see what his level is. because I believe we have a heal corruption that we can play. We have a heal corruption card. We have a heal corruption card. Let's just see. Rule eagles. Heal. Okay, we can heal 1 corruption point. So let's just make the decision. So, Gimli is level 1. Yeah. So what we'll do is we'll get the corruption point. We'll reduce this to 0. We got corruption of 1, something like that. But then we're going to heal it back to 0 in our turn with this die, as we can play this. Heal 1 corruption point, discard it. So we discard that. So we've had a corruption point for Gimli, but we've kept him in the fellowship, and we're still having Strider as the leader for next round. So we're going to reset that, and we can put these back here. Lure of the Ring is also finished. Lure of the Ring. And lastly, we have a muster for our Shadow Forces. Again, let's play... you know what we'll do? We'll look at what is exactly can you do? Muster. Muster reinforcements. 1 elite unit in any friendly and free settlement. Okay, we'll take 1 elite unit back. We'll take back one of our warg, reinforced into Orthanc. That'll be our muster move. And that is going to do it for the end of the turn. Guys, we'll see you in the next round. Thanks for watching. Talk to you in the next turn. Bye-bye.